Hello, everyone. I am Seminarian Dan Acquard from St. John the Evangelist in Severna Park. Our Lord tells us, Pastores dabo vobis, that is Latin for, I will give you shepherds. This Saturday, Archbishop William Laurie will ordain 5 men to the Sacred Order of the Priesthood. They are Jeremy Smith, Zach Crowley, Brendan Fitzgerald, Evan Ponton, and Justin Goff. They have left everything behind in this life so that they may gain so much more in following Christ as a priest. I too am following that path, and I continue to ask for your prayers while I journey towards the priesthood. Today I want to talk about 2 essential roles that the priest plays in the life of the church. The first is the role of the priest as bridegroom of the church, and the role of the priest as son of Mary. Beginning with the role of the priest as bridegroom of the church. The priest is alter Christus, that is, another Christ. We, of course, are not married in the traditional sense. We do not have a wife or biological children. What we are doing is quite radical, and many will say unnatural, and they're right. What we are doing is unnatural because what we are doing is supernatural. We are partaking in the very life and essence of Christ himself, who was celibate and whose bride was the church. Christ does not have a divided heart. He has an undivided heart. And so too the priest is called to have an undivided heart by giving up a family in this life in order to gain a supernatural family, a spiritual family. And it's not easy. We are human. But Christ does give us the grace that we need to succeed in this capacity. That is why it is so important for the priest to pray every day, for the priest to be faithful to the liturgy of the hours, to go to daily Mass, to say daily Mass, and to have good fraternity. And I can tell you right now, my best friends are my brother seminarians. I am very fortunate to share in this fraternity because where 2 or 3 are gathered in the name of Christ, there he is in our midst. It brings us peace and consolation. It is worth it. So yes, some may think we're crazy, but we are not crazy. We are just madly in love with Christ and the church. The second point I want to make is the role that the priest plays in being a son of Mary. Every man needs his mother. No matter what he may think or say, every man needs his mother. Jesus needed his mother up to the point of his death on the cross. When he was suffering on that cross, Mary was there to provide some kind of comfort. And if Jesus needed Mary to the very end of his life, so too do we need our Heavenly Mother. The priest has a very special relationship with the Blessed Mother because, as alter Christus, we are another Christ. And Mary sees us as another Christ. There's a very special bond that only the priest knows about. We were not made to be alone. We read that in Genesis. The priest has a very special invitation for that woman to be the Blessed Mother. And there are some great priests I know who have such deep and very personal relationships with the Blessed Mother. The best way we can cultivate that relationship is by praying the rosary. Without the rosary, we distance ourselves from the Blessed Mother. And she so desires to be on a personal basis with us. So, what else can we do to help cultivate that relationship with Mary? Is do not be afraid to talk about her, to boast of her, to say, I have the most amazing woman in my life. So no, the priest is not without a woman in his life. We have a very supernatural relationship with the most amazing woman who ever lived. So if you may think that priests should be able to get married, I want you to think about this. Would you want Jesus to have a divided heart? Would you want your priest to put his family before the parish family, his spiritual family? I think if you think about it and pray about it, the answer would be no. But I can tell you, the priesthood is a very beautiful life. In our role as the bridegroom of the church, as Alter Christus, and in our role as the Son of Mary. Thank you all. Pray for me and know of my prayers for all of you. And may God bless you all.